Okay, so Neutron. I have not tested this yet on a virtual machine. One thing I know is that this works perfectly with repo on the official Mac OS client that's for ARM architecture. So, like, look here, repo. It's by Neutron. I still haven't fixed this. I've I still gotta fix it though. It's what ifs. I'll fix it later. Right now, Neutron is at, what? Oh yeah, version 0.3. If I go here, here, you can see it's Neutron version 0.3. So, uh, yeah, I have tested Repo. I think Galacticverse will not work, but Repo works great with D3D Metal. That's one thing I know for sure. Repo is pretty tricky because you will have the installed version which Steam detects the actual exe. If you run this one, it will give you an OS error, and if you run this one, it will be routed through Neutron, which means it will actually work. Now, the entire explanation of how Neutron works is inside the repo, and I guess that's it. Like, look, repo works damn perfectly. I'll hide the menu. On Mac OS client, by the way, launched on Mac OS client. And I think this basically means Neutron achieved sort of Proton-like functionality. Galactic Verse will not work. I'm pretty sure it will not work under mac and cheese line. I mean, because right now it's Neutron is okay. Take it back. It actually fucking works. Holy shit! I did not expect that to happen. Well, what I mean to say is that under mac and cheese wine, which actually Neutron is being powered by the releases of Neutron, are being powered by mac and cheese wine. Well, some games are not gonna work, but it seems like Galacticverse worked, so more games might work in the future. I'm gonna try DXVK. DXMT is buggy. Yeah, I guess it's really buggy. Reapply is basically when you also have neutral settings inside Steam. You gotta favor. I recommend favoring this, so you don't have to like actually manually open up the application. You know what I mean? Just click play. I do not want to manipulate. Oh wait, it's the wrong version. Uh, this one. Yeah, I do not want to manipulate the CEF or basically the Chromium framework that Steam is on. I do not want to inject any code inside of it. I do not want to open up port 808, 8080, which is basically allows you to control Steam completely. Basically, I would say it's a remote access to your account, which is very, very risky, and I do not think it's worth it. Uh, Neutron is basically it tricks one by one. It tricks Steam's library one by one. Every single game, it tells you that hey, this game actually has support for Mac OS, and allows you to click install. But once you click install, it actually installs the uh Windows version. That's very oversimplified, I would say, but let's test another game. Let's say which one? D3D Metal, of course. Maybe you can run DXMT, but it's pretty much broken a lot of the times. Project Playtime worked with D3D Metal. It's really buggy though. I do not recommend playing Project Playtime at all. It's a shit game. Uh, wait, which one? Which one? I think I haven't tried JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Or Star All Star Battle. Um, But yeah, that does not work. I have to find the fix for that one. Let's try DXVK. And also this fixes a certain issue with mac and cheese, because in mac and cheese you have to restart Steam when you want to change the graphical backend, like the global one. Neutron just avoids that by default, I would say, because the entire issue is with the wine is running under, the Steam.exe is running under the wine, and the wine has to like completely restart to actually apply so it loads actually the other DLLs, the XM2 DLLs or the XVK DLLs. And so I guess that works. Um, I don't know what to say. Also, I made a specific patch for Counter Strike 2 because Steam automatically registers and already knows that it exists. The macOS version exists of Counter Strike 2, but that macOS version is a legacy version of Counter Strike, so it's not really Counter Strike 2, but it's actually Counter Strike Global Offensive, the older version. And so a specific patch was applied for Counter Strike 2, so you'll tell it exactly to download the Windows version. Many games don't work. Ultra Kill does not work because it's wine mono or something. It was an issue with a 32-bit support on Mac and Cheese because porting D3D Metal on Wine 11 required you a specific hack. I'm not gonna say which one, but it required you to do a specific hack that basically bricked 32-bit games if you didn't do it correctly. I'm pretty sure Halfless or whatever, yeah, Halfless, Real Made Real, made a patch for this, and this basically made 32-bit games available. And because of the hack, we inside the wine, the mac and cheese wine, it basically meant that all of the games like that that required to install something, that required installers, like let's say Red Dead Redemption. Where's that game? Red Dead Redemption required an installation, files and setups for, let's say, DirectX installation scripts. Those won't work. I'm pretty sure those are 32-bit. No, maybe DirectX installation scripts are not, but like .NET is an 32-bit installation script. Many other installation scripts have or Vulkan. I'm pretty sure somewhere I was trying to make Red Dead Redemption 2 viable on Mac and Cheese. Vulkan was a big ass issue. I think Vulkan was extremely, like, not really Vulkan by itself, but like the Vulkan installation script that Red Dead Redemption 2 activated, like, just couldn't work. It was stuck because Rosetta fault stormed. It was like, I don't know, like 1 million fault storm, whatever. It just had so many errors because of 32-bit support on Mac and Cheese One, and I'm grateful for Real Made Real for actually adding and fixing this issue, I guess. And so I guess I would say that's it. I don't know what else to say. Uh, Maybe some testing other games would be a good idea, but right now I'm tired. I don't know. I guess. Uh, I coded a lot of the Python scripts inside the application. I coded most of them. Other things, of course, some of it was AI generated, like this UI. I cannot code in few of those languages. Although the architecture was thought out by me, and I wrote the Python scripts, most of them. And I don't know what to tell you. What else could I tell you? Oh shit, Among Us does not work. That's interesting. Uh, I what? Um, I guess I've gotta fix that. I think I'll have no other choice but to fix that, I guess. But for now, I guess thank you for watching this video. It's experimental. It's really just at a testing phase. I've let my headache run. Like this night, I was working on planning on fixing this issue and specifically manipulating. I was stuck with making Steam actually believe, letting me install these applications. I don't think the Proton had already a guide or specific DLL that allowed you to not have a second Steam client open for, you know what I mean. Just you don't have to make you didn't need a second Steam.exe. You didn't need a second Windows Steam. You didn't need Windows Steam to be open because the entire reason you didn't need it open, there was a DLL. I'm pretty sure it was called L Steam Client.dll, whatever it's called. It was introduced in Proton. Cowan had it. It explained. Also, shout out to Cowan. It was a big, big. What is it called? Inspiration. Yeah, it was a big inspiration for me to make a Neutron, and Cowan had one issue, and that issue was basically risking the entire Steam library of yours. So what I mean by that is basically Count convinced your entire macOS Steam client that it was Windows Steam client. This allowed you to install Windows games, but your macOS viable games like Cyberpunk 2077 was was what was it? Oh yeah, basically Cyberpunk 2077 be will be a Windows version, meaning games that are not supported by D3D Metal or stuff like that, or don't work on D3D Metal but have a specific Mac port or already ported onto Mac will not work properly. And most of the time, also there's this, I would say, slowness for Callan because some games like Cyberpunk 2077 run faster when they are already ported onto Mac. They don't need a specific translation layer or delay. You already have a native Mac port for Cyberpunk 2077. So why do you need to like install a Windows version and test it by that? I guess that was the entire issue I tried to solve Neutron. Also, Colin did not work for me, so I made this, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Thanks for watching, I would say.